Welcome to Baytown Hyundai, your East Houston source for all your Hyundai needs. Today we'll be showing you yet another one of Hyundai's exquisite new models. For more information about any of our inventory, you can visit us on location or visit us at BaytownHyundaiofHouston.com.
Well, good afternoon and welcome everyone. Today's review has now brought us here for a much more up-close and personal encounter with the newly introduced 2014 Hyundai Veloster Reflex Edition. And now, with all of that being said, this is going to be a complete and in-depth review of the Veloster Reflex, and this does entail a complete startup and overview of the engine, as well as a good look at many of the unique and notable styling cues and multiple features, technologies, and creature comforts that now make up this very limited edition version of what is considered to be one of Hyundai's most uniquely designed vehicles to date. And so, bearing all that new information in mind, let's go ahead and climb aboard and we'll check it out. Now, while the Reflex edition of the Veloster is available in many of the standard colors found on both the more basic Velosters and even the turbo models, such as Elite White, Ultra Black, Boston Red, and the very unique Vitamin C Orange, the Veloster Reflex adds one additional paint color to its choice. Signature only to this trim level is this beautiful ice pearl exterior, which Hyundai basically describes as their Elite White or Pearl White exterior with a nice icy blue tint thrown in the mix. And beautifully contrasting the brightness of this ice pearl exterior, our particular Reflex Edition's interior has been fully upholstered in a standard black leather. The Reflex Edition only comes standard with leather-bound seats, with specific Veloster embroidery in the central part of the upper portion of the seat, and the interiors, depending on exterior color choice, are available in only black or red. And from the moment you turn the key, you get that beautiful purr of that Gamma Series 4-cylinder power plant. Now, the steering in the 2014 Veloster is actually quite good. With the vehicle being of such a short wheelbase and such a small vehicle to begin with, it's very responsive and definitely has a nice bit of resistance and feedback in the wheel, especially when actually driving the vehicle rather than stationary. However, this Reflex Edition features a full 3-spoke leather trim steering wheel as standard equipment. It does come standard with these nice thick bolstered grip extensions up top, sporting a full 3-spoke standard design across all trim levels of the Veloster, with, in this case, all the electronic creature comforts for many of your electronic features throughout the vehicle, also finished with a nice bit of painted dark silver. Now, unlike the Veloster Base, R-Spec Turbo, and Standard Turbo models, the Reflex Edition only comes with one available transmission choice, Hyundai's electronically controlled EcoShift dual-clutch automatic transmission, with available manual shifting capabilities just to the right-hand side of the drive portion of the shifter, also with kind of a ghost-like gate for the shifter rather than some of the exposed ones like you would find in other vehicles. And also, with our vehicle today having the standard 7-inch touchscreen multimedia display as standard equipment on Reflex Edition only, it does come standard with a reverse backup camera. Also, as you can hear, the vehicle has electronic child protective safety locks, which will automatically lock the vehicle once the car is put into gear, and will only unlock the vehicle when the car is put back into park. Very nice. Only the driver's side window of the Veloster is automatic in both directions. Now for more basic models of the Veloster, including the base and this Reflex edition, you get one standard available power plant. The other available power plant choice, in obvious terms, is the turbo spec power plant, which is a 1.6 liter dual overhead cam, 16 valve, turbocharged and intercooled inline 4-cylinder engine, producing 201 horsepower and about 190 pound-feet of torque. But in our case today, we have the much more reliable, much more fuel-efficient power plant in our favor. Under the hood of this Veloster Reflex, you find Hyundai's Gamma Series 1.6 liter dual overhead cam, 16 valve, gasoline direct fuel injected inline 4-cylinder engine. In standard fashion, this engine is also equipped with Hyundai's signature dual continuous variable valve timing, and like its accent-based counterpart, it produces 138 horsepower and 123 pound-feet of torque. EPA fuel economy estimates on regular unleaded gasoline are 28 miles per gallon in the city and 36 miles per gallon on the interstate highway. Again, as you may have heard just aforementioned, this engine is also found in Hyundai's subcompact car, the Accent. However, it does provide plenty of pep when you actually get it out on the road. And now let's see about a few quick revs of that little 1.6 liter motor and see what kind of soundtrack she produces. A very racy sounding exhaust from that central mounted exhaust port at the back. Absolutely beautiful sounding motor overall. And with all that in mind, let's go ahead and turn on the headlights. You do have the option of them being daytime running lights, as well as turn on the standard fog lights and the hazard lights as usual. And now let's take this quick opportunity to walk around the exterior of the Veloster Reflex. Now, unlike the Veloster base, the Reflex adds a few unique options to really set this particular Veloster apart from all the others. Starting off, we have standard LED accented halogen projector headlights, with LED accents running around the rim of the projector bulb itself, and LED accents and daytime running lights running along the lower portion of the light itself. It's a very menacing yet quite cheeky look to the front end of the vehicle. Now, as standard equipment on the Reflex Edition only is this special set of 18-inch aluminum alloy wheels wrapped in chrome cladding and also specifically powder coated just for this particular vehicle. Monochromatic exterior mirrors. We've got small little aluminum or chrome accents here in the hood. Intermittently timed rain sensing wipers, along with accents of black piano veneer for the front A-pillars. And not available on the Reflex Edition, you have the power tilting and sliding sunroof for most models of the Veloster. More often than not, vehicles equipped with the tech package will have a power tilting and sliding panoramic sunroof instead. Now, anyone who has already seen the Veloster when it came out in 2013 pretty much knows that it's one of the craziest designed vehicles of any car company in the automotive market. Be it that if you saw on the driver's side of the vehicle, it only has one long door, but if you can see here on the passenger side, it actually has two functional doors, more like a midsize or compact four-door vehicle. And that's Hyundai's kind of way of introducing something creative and fun to not only the youthful market in the automotive industry, but also reach out to much more creative-minded people as well. You can see full accents of LED taillights, the LED bars running along the upper portion of the light itself. As aforementioned, you can see it has one single mounted dual outlet exhaust port. Standard rear heated defrosting glass with rear windscreen wiper, and also a small division covered in a gloss black trim running along the central portion of the rear window. You've also got your shark fin style antenna for the XM satellite radio as standard. Got your standard chrome clad door handles. And just as a side note, when we first introduced this vehicle, you saw this vehicle only had 2 keys with it. The vehicle also does come available with keyless entry as standard equipment. Quite a very unique and funky design, but very eye-catching nonetheless. Especially in this ice pearl, it's just a color you don't see every day. Absolutely wonderful vehicle. And now that we've had a good look at the exterior of the vehicle, let's go ahead and take a better look at the Veloster's interior. As stated previously, our Reflex Edition today is wearing the full black perforated leather interior. The only real perforated portions are the side bolsters of the seats, and also where the Veloster embroidery is in the middle. And again, this interior is only available in 2 signature colors to the Reflex Edition, depending on exterior color. Manually adjustable driver and passenger seat. The seat also fully reclines to allow rear access into the vehicle if you do not wish to use the door on the other side. Standard illuminating turn sill plates. And as you would expect in a vehicle like this, you still do get plenty of creature comforts, including an automatic one-touch driver's side window. The rest of your power windows, which is kind of an odd layout, you can see that there's 2 over here and 1 over here, again aiming toward the 3rd door on the passenger side of the vehicle. But you also have power door locks and also your window locks, and your power mirrors located up top. You also have these nice little kind of grip handles to allow you to close the door, though some people might find it a little inhibiting with larger hands to actually get at their power controls in the back. Also standard on Reflex Edition is an 8-speaker, 450-watt Dimension audio system with a factory 8-inch subwoofer in the trunk, which you'll hear in a minute. Also down on the floor are standard Veloster Reflex Edition carpeted floor mats. Door closes with a nice big authoritative thunk. And stepping into the interior of the Veloster, you're immediately surrounded by a lot of Hyundai's existing technology, which has been proven over the last few years, especially when it comes to interior ergonomics. I mean, you're not going to find plush leather all over the dashboard, but at the same time, you find nice sort of rubberized materials that are a bit hard to the touch, more of the painted silver plastic here in the center of the vehicle. Also, along the door panels, you have the nice hard touch material up top with a nice leatherette padded door panel here, especially a place where you can rest your arm as well. Over here to the left, you have your active eco mode, which we've touched on several of Hyundai's vehicles already, and also your instrument dimming. Now, active eco, of course, with it on, it basically means that you can have your vehicle in its most fuel efficient setting all the time. Basically, it's active, so if you're driving fuel efficiently, the vehicle will maintain its maximum fuel efficiency status, but if you turn it off and drive like a hooligan, you're not going to get the best miles per gallon, even with the active eco on. Now here on the steering wheel, you have all of your electronic creature comforts that you'd expect from a Hyundai. You have hands-free Bluetooth with voice command, your different radio controls, cruise controls over here on the right-hand side of the wheel, and also your trip meter along with active fuel economy, and also the reset button for all different areas. So you push the trip meter, vehicle range, average mile per gallon, average miles per hour, time driven the vehicle, and so on and so forth. And here in the center, although this vehicle does not come with navigation because it does not have the technology package available from Veloster, it does come with various things that will allow you to basically control a lot of the same electronic creature comforts that you would expect in a vehicle. Over here, FM, AM, and XM satellite radio.
Thank you for that endorsement. Patrick from LA as he was getting wasted on a Sunday. Tiesto at BPM.
Very good song. Also down here you have a single zone climate control system. This is not the automated one like you would find in a lot of other Velosters with much more upgraded packages, but it still functions all the same. You have your fan speed here in the middle. Nice and icy cold. You also have your air conditioning here in the middle. Your temperature control is a separate knob on the exterior rim of the fan controls, and also your full climate zones over here on the left, along with front and rear defrosting, air conditioning recycling, and maximum air conditioning. Over here on the right, you also have your traction control button. And if this vehicle were equipped with the proximity key and smart key access, where this little Veloster logo is that's illuminated in a beautiful shade of blue at night, you would actually find the push button for the push button ignition. Now down here you have two standard 12-volt outlets and iPod auxiliary and USB inputs. Also here in the center for your shifter, you have a beautiful piece of black piano veneer for all of your numerics, and also for sort of the shroud around the gear shifter gates. Also, your beautiful embroidered or sort of labeled plastic piece of silver here in the middle, and also these nice little grip handles down here below. Got small little cup holders in the center, nice small amount of central storage, dual tier, and up top, standard map lights and sunglasses holders. Also, lit vanity mirrors. Also, you can see your small little microphone up here on the roof for your hands-free Bluetooth. Alrighty. So with all that in mind, let's go ahead and turn off the engine. And let's take this opportunity to explore the rest of the Veloster. Now, trunk capacity is actually quite good for such a small vehicle. Including the 60/40 split fold rear seats, you actually have quite a good amount of room. You could probably fit about 2 or 3 suitcases back here and maybe a duffel bag or 2 and probably still have room. You also have your standard cargo cover attached via a couple of cords to the upper part of the hatch. Now again, here comes the unique part about the Veloster, this second rear door. Again, although you have access through the driver's side of the vehicle, you can actually get in through this door, though be advised if you're about 6 foot to 6'1", you may have a little bit of trouble actually getting inside because you do have to duck your head quite a bit to get through the entrance into the passenger side of the vehicle. But once inside, headroom is actually quite good due to the fact that even for a taller person, your head is sitting directly under the rear glass. However, if you were to lean forward, you would probably hit your head right here, but at the same time, a person's about 5'9" to 5'11" will fit back here just comfortably. 6 foot or over may have a little bit of trouble, but can still fit all the same. You can also see you have 2 standard cup holders here in the center and a small little tray for other items. Also a standard corded mat pocket as well. Show you how the seats work as well. They're just little triggers back here. Just pops right up. Seat folds all the way forward. And as you can see, it pretty much doubles your amount of cargo room for much larger objects. One of the things about the Veloster is that even though it's a small, rather cheap car, not cheap as in like cheap feeling, but still cheap enough, it does have quite a good air of quality to it. Just listen. You close the door and you get this nice soft thunk instead of a much like teeny rattle like some of the cheaper vehicles on the market. Now, as far as safety features go, for those of you who are curious, it does have advanced dual front impact airbags for both the driver and passenger. We also have side curtain and side impact airbags, electronic stability control or ESC. You see your side impact airbags there, pre-seatbelt tensioners, and also ABS. Now, sitting in the passenger side of the vehicle, you don't have to really duck your head as much to get into the passenger side of the vehicle for taller people. Glove box wise, it's damped, it falls nice and softly with all of your reading materials, since you can also see the keyless entry remotes as included with the vehicle. Also, you get a small warning letting you know about the powder coating on your powder coated exterior wheels and not to use acid-based wheel cleaners. But as far as footroom goes, we're nice and comfortable, and you also have a small bit of leatherette padding here just in front of these nice big grip handles in the center. Overall, for those looking for a small vehicle with a fair amount of options, but still not wanting to pay a heap of money like some of the other vehicles are being charged nowadays, the Veloster should definitely be on the shopping list of any buyer who wants good fuel economy, small size, and a youthful yet very extremely shaped look.